I don't do distractions. I'm coming back.
Yo, what it do? It's your boys Juice and Loon. We back here with another episode for y'all. Listen, I know that intro was pretty weak, but last night we had ourselves, we was going, yeah. And I kind of lost my voice a little bit, but the show must go on. We'll be back here with the basketball talks. And we got an interesting one for you guys today. We're going to have another Would You Rather, or Who Would You Rather Have, I should say. So, J. Lou, take us in.
Yep. So we have today two players who probably top two in their position, if I do say so myself. We got Joel Embiid from the Sixers and Nikola Jokic from the Nuggets. And those two looking like either one could win the MVP award this year, becoming the first center since Shaq in 2000 to win the MVP award. Now, Embiid, he's gotten hurt a little bit in the past month. He hyperextended his knee.
Mm-hmm.
And Jokic lost Jamal Murray earlier and last week with a torn ACL. So he's done. So and also Ben Simmons is hurt, right? Well, he's sick right now for Embiid. But so both teams dealing with their own set of injuries. But we're just going to talk about the two centers. And today it brings up the question, who would you rather have, Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic?
Now, this question is really hard. It's really hard because they're both really good at something. It's like Jokic got the passing playmaking ability, but he can still score the rock. Embiid, he got the scoring and the defensive part. So it's like it cancels out. But both players can space the floor. And it's really hard to choose but I will say this. Joel has a better post game. And I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, Joel Embiid probably shoots the three better than Jokic this year. Even though I don't know how many times Jokic shot the three ball compared to Joel Embiid. But I don't know. I mean, Embiid is more willing to take the shot. I'll say that. He's more like willing to take the shot. Their records are identical. Their records are the 39-20 for the 76ers, and then you got 38-21 for the Nuggets. This is basically a game apart, pretty much. So you can use that. And then it's hard to choose. It's really hard to choose. But if I had to, I'd have to take Embiid. I gotta take Embiid, the process, Like, who knows? Like Jokic losing Jamal Murray, now he has everything on his back now. We know Joel Embiid can do stuff when we know Joel Embiid can do it without players. He may not win, but he can do it without them, pretty much. They are on a 3-game losing streak, though. On a 3-game losing streak, and the Nuggets, they are on a 1-game losing streak. They just lost. But the stats, looking at the stats, Jokic is 26-11-8 and a steal on the season. And Embiid is 30-11 and 1 blocks on the season. But the reason I'm taking Embiid is because he was out for at least like two weeks, right? Or 2.5 weeks. He came back and played like he never left. He immediately was a factor as soon as he stepped back on the court. Like it wasn't. Usually, it takes people a game or like it takes them a while to come back. even with minor injuries, because nobody's going to come back perfect. He came back and put up 35, 9 for 19 shooting. That's tough. But Jokic is great. It's not far, but I'm taking Embiid because he's a better post scorer and he can defend. He can defend the basket. So
Okay. It's interesting points you had. For me, I gotta take Jokic. I gotta take the Joker. I like what he brings to the game. He's doing things that a center's never done really. He's averaging almost 9 assists. He can still rebound the ball with the best of them, score the ball. And I actually argue that Jokic probably could be they're probably post game probably the similar. Joel probably has this better footwork. But scoring ability in the post, I feel like Jokic can still score with Embiid in the post. But Jokic shoots the 3-ball better. He's shooting 0.3 more threes than Embiid, so not a lot, but he shoots 3% better. They basically shoot the same amount of threes a game. He shoots 3% better right now. He's actually number 1 in the MVP award tracker. And like I said, I think Jokic, what he's doing for the game of basketball, is making it he's making it positionless. I actually rebuttal that he's carrying the Nuggets because the Nuggets are a deep team. They got Michael Porter Jr. Will Barton just got hurt last night. I don't know how long he'll be out. They got Capazzo, a great passer. They also have Aaron Gordon. He starts. Paul Millsap comes off the bench now. So their team has some depth to it, and they're probably not going to as far as the Sixers' expectations are this year, just because Jamal Murray just got hurt. But I still like the way Jokic is able to carry around his team, and also Jokic's longevity, in my opinion, will be better than Embiid's because his game doesn't involve around any athleticism base like that. Because we've seen before he lost all that weight, he wasn't that athletic anyways, and he was still putting up great numbers. Like last year, he put up 20, almost 10 rebounds, 7.5 assists. This year, he just took it up a notch. So, and Embiid, the problem with him, of course, is his injuries. Missed his first 2 seasons with his foot injury. Now he's 26 years old, 1 year above Jokic, and he's doing great. Averaging 30 and 11, shooting really good from the field. And he got the Sixers in position to go to the finals. It's just in the long terms, I'd rather have Jokic. Like I said, he can bring so much to the game. Embiid, his injuries could be a problem in the future when he gets to like the 34, 35 age range. When I know Jokic's game it's not something that ages. His passing is not going to age. His shooting is not going to age. So I got to go with Jokic. I'd rather have him on my team.
Both of their stats cancel out in the season, though. They cancel out 30 points to Jokic's 26. They both average 11 rebounds, but 3 assists to Jokic's 8. I think that cancels out. And Embiid missed 18 games and still has those numbers.
Yeah.
That's tough. But hey, y'all, thank you for tuning into this episode. That's going to wrap up the basketball talks for this week, unless something happens tomorrow where we got some breaking news or whatever. But
draft next week.
Draft is next week, yes. But until then, we're going to dive a little more into it. But until then, it's your boys Juice and Lou, and we out of here. Peace. Yo, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, turn post notifications on so you know when we post next. All right, peace.